everybody, and welcome back. Like I said, I have Kenn Dixon with me. Kenn is from beautiful British Columbia. He's a certified law of attraction facilitator, and I want to say hello and welcome, Kenn.
Hi, thank you very much.
Well, thank you. First thing I want to do is find out, well, what was our first connection? In other words, how did you first learn about my book, Law of Attraction? Where were you? What were you doing? What do you remember about that?
Do you want to know? It's a very interesting story. I was actually on a flight back from Cuba, where our plane landed from Cuba into Vancouver.
Yeah.
And have you ever been on an airplane where the person sitting beside you just doesn't stop talking?
Oh, yes.
and you kind of wish they would, but stop talking. Well, the woman that was sitting had just been to a motivational seminar in Vancouver where she had to walk across coals.
Yeah.
So she was very, very excited, very enthusiastic about this. And she had asked me, she said, have you ever heard of the book, The Secret? And at that point, I hadn't. I'd read a lot of different books on motivation and inspiration, but I hadn't heard about this one.
Yeah.
So after landing back in Kelowna, I went, found the book, found the video, watched all of that, and thought, okay, this is a very, very interesting message. But there was still something about it that was missing from me. But it was a very, very interesting message, and I was very enthusiastic about it.
Yeah.
Within 3 weeks, as luck would have it, your people actually contacted me. As I work for radio here in Kelowna,
oh, yes.
You were coming to Kelowna to do a presentation at one of our hotels.
Yes, I remember
so your
that.
people contacted me regarding some advertising to help promote the event up in here in Kelowna. So that's kind of my first knowledge of you and what the book was about. And after going to your seminar, which as luck would have it, I got some free tickets to your seminar.
Yes.
And learned more about you and your book, and of course immediately went out and bought the book and the CD set as well, and started learning and studying the message that you were promoting, fundamentals.
Yeah. So like me, my hunch is that a lot of people, when you do your seminars and your talks and your groups and so on, a lot of people are giving you compliments. What is one of your common compliments that you get from delivering this message and the way you deliver it?
Well, one of the things that I seem to get, as you know, I work at the college up here in Kelowna, and I do a lot of my seminars through the college.
Yeah.
And they have actually a sheet that they hand out to everybody who participates in the program. So you really get immediate feedback on what it is that you're doing.
Yeah.
And one of the things that, for some reason, that I seem to get is the enthusiasm and the passion that I put behind what this message is.
Yeah.
And I think that's important to have that passion to first off understand it, be able to explain it properly, but then be so enthusiastic and passionate about it that becomes infectious for people, and they actually do follow you.
Nice.
One of the other things that happens to me, as you're aware, I do a radio program now in Vancouver at a multicultural station out of Vancouver.
Yeah.
And one of the compliments that I get from there is that this message, your message, and the message that we deliver
Yeah.
can be life-changing.
Yes.
Can be absolutely life-changing. So I get that a lot.
Yeah. Well, the other nice thing about the message is that it complements all religions and all beliefs. So, you know, it's a multicultural station that you're on, and everybody can kind of feel themselves or see themselves in that same message. So that's a great gig you have. I like that.
I know. It's been very good to me.
Now, how have you used law of attraction in your business or your personal life? What have you done deliberately to use this? You know, because we cannot not use it, right? We're teaching it. You can teach what you know. So tell me how you're using it in your business.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, first and foremost, I mean, we'll take, for example, the radio program. I've been doing that radio program for about a year in Vancouver, and it actually, the host of the morning show of this radio program, I worked with at a station in Vancouver 4, 5, probably 6 years ago.
Yeah.
She has been following me on Facebook and my Twitter account and said, you know what, I think there's something that we can do here. So without even necessarily even trying, just putting the message out there and staying positive and looking for ways to get the message out there more, this came to me, which of course is the message. That is one of the ways. Of course, I have a full-time job here as well, selling advertising, of which I did for you for the seminar.
Yeah.
And it works great for that. And one of the big things that happens, or one of the big ways I use it in that, is your question, or the question, so
Yeah, so what do you want?
So what do you want?
Yeah.
And that tends to get me the response whereby then I can start to fulfill the client's needs.
Yes. Well, it's nice because, if you use law of attraction, then you'll attract ideal clients. So you're not having to put up with people that, don't do this and don't do that. You've used your own vibe or energy to attract the ideal client. So you're practicing it, you're using it, and you're teaching, and that's pretty good.
Absolutely.
Well, good. What I'd like to do is talk about any upcoming programs that you have, or what you're doing in Kelowna, or if you're, I heard the radio show. What else are you doing to help spread the message where you live?
Well, actually, some very exciting news came to me earlier this week. As I teach with the college and in their continuing ed program, I teach the Law of Attraction program. Now the college has contacted me to teach the instructors of the college this particular message. And so as I learned in the seminar with you in Vancouver, the Facilitators program, you can do a program for anybody as long as you answer the questions, so who you want. Yeah. So when the organizer contacted me, I said, well, yes, I can absolutely do a program for the college instructors, but what is their desire? What is their ideal? What is it that they would be wanting? So she said to me, she said, well, I want you to focus it on attracting the ideal students.
Okay. Yeah.
Perfect. And that follows exactly with what you told us in the program down in Vancouver. Yeah. You can do a program for anybody as long as you know what it is that they want. Yeah. So from your advice, asking that question fell right into place.
Nice. I just wanted to bring attention to my other book, Law of Connection. This would be a really great program for you. Even though I didn't teach you how to teach that, you know how to build a program around that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. You know the opening sentence, all the activities. But for teachers to understand that there's 4 styles of way students learn. Not only that, salespeople, everybody needs to know how to listen for the person's style so they match it. So I can see you doing lots of programs for the college there. So congratulations.
Absolutely. I was pretty excited that the instructors want me to instruct them.
Yes. Now you're based in Kelowna, BC, British Columbia, where I am at, and do you travel to other cities in that perimeter, or people want
I do. I have been doing seminars in the southern Okanagan, in Summerland and Penticton. They call me up to do seminars down there. And actually in Penticton, they've asked me to expand the program to include a vision box or vision board program, which is sort of a secondary course to just bringing more attention, energy, and focus to what it is your desires are. Nice. So we've expanded the program in the South Okanagan to include that as well.
Oh, good. Well, I'm so proud of your success. That sounds great. How can people, either from British Columbia, or how can they connect with you? Tell me where they can go to learn more about you, and they might say, you know what, this Kenn guy's an ideal match for me. So tell me how they can connect with you.
I would hope they would say that. I of course, I'm on Facebook. It's and of course, there's 2 N's in my name, so it's KENNDIXON. Okay. And I have a web page as well, KENNDIXON.com. Yes. And I just decided to use my name so nobody would steal it. Yeah. And it's worked great. So updates every morning. I put on some sort of a motivational or thought-provoking quote on my Facebook page. Nice. Through Twitter. I'm also on Twitter and Ustream, so I've got all of that covered, and that's probably the easiest way.
Okay. Yeah, I know there's another Michael Losier, and he's a hockey player. So,
so if
people are looking for him and they're finding me, they could be in for a surprise because I'm not a hockey player, but.
I found another Ken Dixon on there who's a producer in Hollywood.
Oh, there you go. I mean, I got mine about 10 years ago, so, anybody that's thinking about that might want to reserve and claim their name before somebody else does.
Very true.
So what haven't I asked you that you wanted to let us know about you, about your business?
Well, you were asking, I know you were asking about the favorite part of what we like to teach when we're doing our seminars. Yeah. And one of the things I think, and to quote a very famous woman, the aha moments that I seem to get in my seminar are two points, actually. One is the whole don't, not, and no. When people start to realize that when they're using those words, they're attracting the things that they didn't want. Yeah. You can just see the face. Oh, that whole aha moment. So that's a very big part of my seminar, and that's something that I like to see, that expression on people's faces when they finally wrap their head around that. And the second part is the vision box or vision board program, because it really gives people a tangible tool to use that they can give that attention, energy, and focus to their desires, ideals, goals, whatever it is that they want. So those are really the two strong points for me that I see a lot of those kind of moments in my seminars.
And the nice thing about being a facilitator, you become the hero because you taught them. I wrote the book, but you become the hero because you're the teacher of it. And I know when people leave my seminars, they hear the don't, not, and no in their head, and now they're going to hear Kenn Dixon's voice in their head when they say don't, not, and no.
Yes, and I thank you for writing the book because it finally gives that final step that was needed. And there's a lot of books out there. Yes. So it's nice to have a book that gave that final step. Yes. To actually putting the cap on this and figuring it all out.
Yes. Well, my book was the first book with the title Law of Attraction in it. It came out in 2003, a few years before The Secret. And now there's probably 500 books or e-books or manuals on the same subject. And you know, what's really important for everybody that's looking for answers around law of attraction, you really need to insist on the how-to. How do I apply that? If it's all successful law of attraction stories, we're done reading it and thinking, well, how do I get that? So you and I are both the teachers of the how-to information.
It's very exciting.
Very good. Well, that was great. Thank you for chatting with me today. And for anybody in the Kelowna area or interior BC that's looking for an awesome law of attraction facilitator, I know they can connect with you. I'm going to make sure people know how to get a hold of you. And I appreciate your time today. That was great.
Great. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.